Unironically, the hot dog part sold me on this game.
Actually true, though. When I saw the hot dog thing, I was like, I gotta get in on this. This is crazy, bro. This shit's insane.
Oh yeah, trust me, you will see other stuff that's gonna sell you even more. Yeah, I love that part too. It's also like a Zoe's way of realizing as a kid that
like, unironically, you start as pigs and you get turned into a hot dog. You have to grill yourself and then put yourself in a butt. It's crazy. Now, there is a game that I actually low-key, I do want to try. I saw my friends playing this. I saw my friends playing it, and I've heard no buzz about this game whatsoever. It's a brand new game. Brand new game. And I bought it. I want to be clear, I bought it. I saw Note play it. I was like, wait, that looks super fun. Monster Hunter Wilds? Oh, no. We definitely play that. It's called Splitfiction. But I'll let them do the talking here.
Hey, we're back with another episode of Before You Buy, that show where we give you some straight up gameplay
I've already bought it.
and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. And as usual, I'm Jake Baldino, and today we're talking about Splitfiction. This is the newest co-op adventure from developers Hazelight. They're the folks behind the co-op.
I should play this with fake uni. Someone clip it. Send it to him. This shit would be content.
Heist thriller A Way Out, and the couples therapy kind of Honey I Shrunk the Kids adventure It Takes Two, both of which are some of my favorite games. Yes, the way Hazelight handles co-op, specifically couch co-op, really warms my cold single player heart, man. So just to be upfront, I am biased in that I'm the target demographic for this game. I'm a big fan, but even saying that, after It Takes Two, my expectations were pretty high for them to top that.
Okay, so he hasn't explained what the game is. My understanding of this game, guys, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding of this game is that it's a co-op game, so you play with one other person, you and your friends, and you're both playing as these two characters on the screen right here. One of you plays one character, the other one plays the other character. And you're basically like, you're writers that have created stories, and there's like stories in your head and stuff. And basically you get somehow put in a virtual world together where you have to live out those fantasies and those like stories that you've created in your head. And so every single level of the game is crazy unique and different and very interesting. And you have to work together to solve problems. It's kind of like a much more fast-paced Portal or Portal 2. And I really enjoyed Portal 2. I think that nobody ever talks about Portal anymore because it's kind of an old game, but that shit is goated, bro.
And at the very least, Splitfiction is another one of these games.
I think the biggest thing that makes people not want to cover this game or talk about it is the fact that it's two girls, and every single time everyone's just like, DEI! I don't really feel like it's super DEI. In fact, the couple of clips that I did see of like Note playing the game, there was actually some really cool like character development in the game, which was pretty sweet. Like the characters actually, like the dialogue was good. And aside from the levels literally being top tier, at least the two levels that I saw, the levels being actually super sick and the puzzles being intuitive and fun. Again, the dialogue was really solid, and it looked like it had a quality plot to it. I don't know too much about it, but like I will say the characters could have been more attractive. No question. They could have made the characters like Stellar Blade style, but like it is what it is.
And that's a positive.
I watched Ellie play this with her mod yesterday. I literally DM'd Ellie. I said, hey, Ellie, do you want to play Splitfiction with me? And she ghosted my ass. Not even joking. I will literally show it. I'm not even joking. She actually ghosted me. Totally ghosted my ass. Actually crazy, bro. Literally insane. I'm gonna give her a sad emote now.
It's filled with a lot of heart, a lot of fun, an entertaining story, and an incredibly creative gameplay spin that really makes you have genuine fun with whoever you're playing with. Despite some nitpicks I have with the story, or really the characters, Splitfiction is great. While their previous works felt like celebrations of stories and some great cinema, Split Fiction feels like a love letter to video games in a lot of ways in terms of like Easter eggs, surprises, gameplay scenarios.
I never got to play It Takes Two, but I will tell you this, from what I saw here, it was a super intuitive way to make like co-op. Sometimes it's split screen, sometimes you're playing on the same screen, trying to help each other do stuff, and either way, you're both trying to work uniquely to solve puzzles. It's cool.
It throws at you.
Play it with Jay-kun. I don't know if Jay... Well, I guess only one of you, I think, has to own it. And then, like, so if your friend is completely broke and has no money, you can just buy it yourself, my understanding. But it is kind of expensive. That was one of my gripes with it. It's like $60 or some shit.
Just to be upfront, I absolutely recommend playing this one if you like these types of games, full stop. And just so you know, I've been playing a review copy, and this footage was captured running on a base PS5 and is spoiler free. It's free from story spoilers, yes, but also more importantly, some big gameplay moments as well. I'm keeping that stuff spoiler free because like moving into the next big surprise in the game.
Yeah. You can go down these water slides. There's no purpose to it. But you can go down the water slides
as well. I'm keeping that stuff
and like race
free
each
because
other.
Like moving into the next big surprise in the game often ends up being like some of the cooler moments. Now, if you're new to these games, just know that Split Fiction is a linear, completely cooperative adventure. It's a split-screen adventure you can play via couch co-op or online. And credit where credit is due, man. A game published technically by EA here is doing a very pro-consumer move, and I think it should be highlighted. Only one person has to own the game. If you own it, your friend can hop in.
Bro,
this free play...
I'm telling you, the only thing that people can complain about is like, they're like, DEI! I'm telling you, bro, the characters are actually really good. Could they have made the characters more attractive? Of course. And I think the game would have sold better. But like either way, it doesn't really matter to me.
Is also
the game seems good enough.
Cross-play, which I wasn't able to test before here, but...
And they're pretty attractive.
That is insane.
I tap both. Oh, I right swipe both those girls. It's not even a question. It's a right swipe every time.
That's good for players, and my hat goes off, man. So when you jump in, each player takes the role of an individual. You play as Zoe and Mio. These are two women who are authors that, due to some heavy-handed corporate meddling, end up getting sucked into virtual versions of their worlds that they've created. Now, Mio is a sci-fi author, while Zoe is a fantasy author, meaning you're constantly hopping between like a cyberpunk world to a whimsical fantasy adventure to a big sci-fi battlefield to knights and castles and dragons.
I'm gonna say this, a little bit of a spoiler. I saw this level and the previous one, or well, one of the other ones, because I couldn't pay attention for too long. One of them, you start your two pigs. You literally start as two pigs. Every single level is super unique, and by the end of the episode, you are actually hot dogs. I'm not joking. As you progress through the level, you're like, oh no. Bro, it's crazy, bro. Like, this shit gets insane.
Dragons. It just makes for near constant wow moments.
That's pretty sick, bro.
Because
That's pretty
really,
sick.
The name of the game with Split Fiction is all about how the game is constantly changing. Your characters are pretty consistently thrown into totally new situations. Many of them have an overall gameplay theme or mechanic to them, but within that, perspectives constantly shift, types of puzzles always change moment to moment, how gameplay genres just complete straight up change, and you're always kind of doing something different. From a direction standpoint, this is impressive from like, you know, the pacing perspective and just the raw entertainment factor. And then from a design standpoint, it just feels like, whoa, how the hell did they do this? Like from a complete shift in gameplay or perspective, or maybe like an over-the-top scene or something huge, I found myself genuinely asking multiple times out loud, how did they pull this off? And for my cynical game reviewer ass, I think that's a good thing. That there's a little bit of awe and magic here. And now the main foundation of the game, the core, is controlling your character with sprinting, running, jumping, dashing, and occasionally using a grappling hook. That's it.
Also, you have a
From
weapon.
there, the game builds in more.
One of you has a laser sword, which sounds cool. until you realize that the other person has a laser whip, which is more cool.
Complicated ways than you'd expect. You're riding motorcycles, you're using swords and guns, you're transforming, you're flying, and a bunch of stuff I don't want to spoil. Now, as you go through all these sequences, you can also find little side diversions and distractions to play around with. Things that just encourage you and whoever you're playing with to kind of mess around, goof off for a second. If you played A Way Out...
A laser sword? You mean a lightsaber? No, I mean a laser sword.
Like playing Connect 4 in that game, like it's stuff like that, but also bigger stuff. The game features these optional side stories or like kind of levels to jump into that are smaller, unique sequences that, to be frank, you should not skip because sometimes they hold some of the coolest stuff in the game. The adventure itself, story-wise, has something to say, and I really like that. My only issue is that the main characters themselves fell a little bit flat for me. It took a while for me to warm up to them, and it does take a while to reveal more.
Yeah, again, I only saw 2 levels, but the dialogue I saw in the 2 levels was actually pretty good.
Of their backstories, so I get that, but the delivery and the writing was a little bit more cheesy for me at times. Not enough to completely turn me off. I still like the story overall as a motivator.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess you do get different weapons at each level anyway, so.
More than the individual 2 leads. They have their moments, for sure, but they also had some moments of, like, just over-the-top quippiness, you know, that annoying type of thing that grated on me a little bit. This might really come down to individual taste. The person I played with liked them way more. And even still, even though I was a little hot and cold on them till the end, some emotional moments just really break through some of the cringy dialogue moments, and that's good. And the story certainly goes places. And the best thing I can say is that Hazelight is really showing everything that they've learned front and center here. If you're a fan of their games, you can see how they've really cooked on ideas and blown things out and kind of responded to some of the things in previous games that fell short. And there's a lot here. Like there's funny moments, there's dark moments, a few surprises, and a kick-ass ending sequence or two that just really sealed the deal on the adventure for me. A solid story with some complaints is fine, especially because the raw gameplay is just really fun. And I'm gonna be honest, they ramped up the difficulty here in a refreshing way. So their previous game, It Takes Two, was accessible. Maybe you played it with your non-gamer significant other or a more casual gamer friend, and it was doable. Well, hopefully they played that before Split Fiction, because Split Fiction does step it up a noticeable amount. Now, look, okay, don't get it twisted, man. I can smoke this game, dude, all right? I'm a gamer. I invented before you buy. I'm kidding. But, like, if you're playing with somebody who isn't...
IGN are gamers, too. Thought I'd throw a joke in there.
Good at, like, running and shooting and operating a third-person camera at the same time, it may take them a bit of time to get adjusted. You may have to carry them a little bit for certain sequences. Some relentless bosses with screen-filling attacks, a few sequences.
Man, how do you look at this and you're like, nah, this looks like shit.
Platforming and some stuff that,
I wouldn't want to do this.
For a normal, consistent gamer, it feels like easy, whatever, but to a more casual gamer, kind of feels like scratching your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. I will say, though, even for me, I did find some puzzles surprisingly difficult and some stuff that's just really going to require a bit of trial and error. Again, don't get me wrong, the game is not technically that difficult, but just be prepared to be patient if
these puzzles are made for children.
You're playing along with a casual friend. Either way, it's still balanced well, and that person, even if they struggle, they're going to have fun. The game just stepped up the sweat.
Just remember, when your cooperative buddy that can't play the game or that can't solve the puzzle, right, is stuck on something, you can just say 5-year-olds can solve this better than you and make fun of them, because that's part of the game experience.
Factor here by about 40%, and I do think it was the right move. I had a good time.
Bro, what in the are you doing here? Did you hear me say Ashes of Creation and you just appeared in my chat again? This thing is only in my chat when I start talking about Ashes of Never Being Created. I'm not joking. Like, the dude just shows up. It's literally crazy. This is some Dune POV.
it's all doable anyway because there's pretty near instant respawn. The point is just succeeding and moving forward. And goddamn, does Hazelight like just once again really do a great job in the co-op ideas department. Not just getting you to play together for the sake of it, but to actually have to communicate and succeed. Like messing around with your partner or getting frustrated at them or just like really goofily having to communicate your way through a tight, difficult sequence just makes it worth the ride for me. Like their previous games, I just got a lot of real life laughs out of this one, and it just made me like the game more. Visually, it looks very good. For me, it's the environments. Okay. You know, the sense of scale, the colors, and the art direction really makes up for the fact that it's not like ray tracing reflections or I'm seeing the 4K pores on every character's face. It's really how the game just keeps up with these blazingly fast sequences and massive levels and constant perspective shifts, visual effects, cutscenes, gags, and all these transformations, all without skipping a beat. It just feels like technical magic.
One of you is driving, one of you is shooting a gun.
Just stay on the road. That is the road.
Look, this is definitely going to be a shorter video because there's not much more I can talk about without just individually spoiling certain sections. And I don't really want to just drag the video out for the sake of it. So,
and that's true. That's true. Keep in mind, he said that and then still had a quarter of the video to go. I'm going to give this a thumbs up. I did want to say that I'm thinking about playing this. There is no road. Yeah, I know. That's why I said the dialogue seemed pretty good, bro. I'm telling you. Oh my God, look at that beautiful women.
All right, hey, this is Joe.
All right, so one of the developers, Splitfiction director, reacts to your comments. Oh boy. It's only 3 minutes, so I kind of wanted to see this.
Safaris, director of Splitfiction, and I'm here to react to your comments. Let's go. Be nice, huh? Just don't make us kill another cute.
Wait, what? Did you have to do that in the first game? Also, why are you... Oh my God, it is Stoops' brother. Does he have chicken legs too? Does it run in the family?
You know, the funny thing with this, I mean, that scene is kind of insane. If you look at A Way Out, we have a guy that is tortured with 20 different tools. You could literally shoot him like in the foot, burn his dick off with some fire and everything. Nobody cared. But with this cute elephant, the whole world cared. But I understand why. But no, you're not. But however, it will happen other.
Bro, what happened in It Takes Two, man? What?
Fun stuff there for you. No loot boxes, no marks, and no bullshit. Words to live by, my man. Of course, and that goes for everything we do at Hazelight. I think those kind of shits affects the design of how the game should be done. Every time.
Okay, now my dick's rock hard. Is anyone else rock hard now?
Time you take a decision,
90 degrees.
A design decision taken on you making more money in the game, I think it's a huge problem, and it's stopping our industry from a creative perspective. The sequel, the divorce.
So true. Oh man, bro, he do be preaching. Monetization kills what would normally have been a good game. Absolutely true. That's the same thing for content creation, in my opinion. I think that content creators that try to overly monetize themselves, say if you're watching on Twitch and you've got 11 minutes of ads an hour, I think it kills creative development. It's the same basic concept.
What the It's finally here. Family therapy.
Divorce simulator.
Oh my God. Oh no, not at all, my man. This is the... Maybe it's not a man. Sorry about that. This is not...
Saved.
A divorce at all.
Honestly, the biggest divorce simulator is Mario Party. I never lost more friends over another video game in my life, and that includes League of Legends.
This is actually about friendship. So get ready to play with someone, you know, to get even more closer as friends, actually. Another feminism propaganda. So what the f is this? I guess that some...
What the f is this?
Closer as friends, actually. Another feminism...
I told you, man. People are like, DEI, oh my God. Bro, that was such a base response. What the
propaganda. So what the is this? I guess that somebody are reacting that there are two women. Let me say this. In Brothers, there were two guys. In A Way Out, there were two guys. In It Takes Two, there were one guy, one woman. And now there are two girls and everybody's complaining. Come on, man. I mean,
he true about that. I actually don't think the vast majority of gamers don't give a shit that it's two women. They would prefer if the women were wildly attractive, but honestly, as long as the game plays good, doesn't matter. Does not matter.
let's face it, man. And it's also like based on my daughters. I don't care what you have between your legs. That's totally not interesting for me. Good characters is what's important. Then Tarantino.
True.
Of gaming is back. Oh my God! All right.
The Tarantino of gaming is back, bro. That's crazy, bro. Honestly, the resemblance is striking. Honestly, I was thinking more Sylvester Stallone, but you know what?
Okay, that's a great compliment. Well, thank you. I mean, I really appreciate that. I really like Tarantino. I remember, seeing Pulp Fiction. I was totally blown away. But thanks. Unironically, the hot dog part sold me on this game.
Actually true, though. When I saw the hot dog thing, I was like, I gotta get in on this. This is crazy, bro. This shit's insane.
Oh yeah, trust me, you will see other stuff that's gonna sell you even more. Yeah, I love that part too. It's also like a Zoe's way of realizing as a kid that
like unironically, you start as pigs and you get turned into a hot dog. You have to grill yourself and then put yourself in a butt. It's crazy.
Hot dogs she ate, how they were made. There's actually a good way of one of her side stories. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but you will definitely have other stuff that is gonna probably people gonna react to. You said single player game already dead. You're like peanut who forgot its skin. Don't drown like my... Wait, what the
I love this guy. This is exactly how I read YouTube comments too. I'll be honest, I get the same kind of shit on my YouTube video. Wait, what the? You said single player game already dead. You are like peanut who forgets its skin. Don't drown like Ubisoft. I can't even translate that. I have no idea. It's too far gone, bro.
Peanuts who forgot its skin. I don't even understand that. When have I said single player is dead? And I've never said that. That's total bullshit. And here's the thing. Hazelight's first game is actually a single player game. And look, even if Hazelight will always have a co-op DNA all the time, I keep saying you never know about the future. Single player is not an impossibility for Hazelight, but it will be done in a Hazelight way. So that's probably, you got it wrong, my man. And the peanut who forgot its skin, I don't even know what that is. I mean, sound kind of dirty to me, my man. I'm just going to hand you the best game of 25 award right now. I know a winner when I see one. Well,
I will be honest. I do think that this game could get nominated based on what I've seen so far. The really intuitive level design and everything, it absolutely could get nominated for Game of the Year. There's just no way. I know that it'll make a lot of gamers mad that I even said that, because you have Monster Hunter Wilds, Grand Theft Auto 6. There's some like 4 Crimson Desert fans in the chat, right? There's a lot of good games coming out this year, but I do think that this, I mean, I'm going to play it. I'll let you guys know how it is. I'll probably play it on my alternate Twitch channel. Maybe I'll play it with some other content creators, make it fun, but like.
Thank you. You know what? I would really appreciate if we won Game of the Year again. But on the other hand,
again, low-key flexing, bro. I'm pretty sure It Takes Two won Game of the Year.
I'm a huge fan of GTA. I think if that comes out, it's going to be really tough. And I want it to come out because I'm a huge fan. The only game kind of I replayed, GTA 5, the story. I really love that.
GTA 6 is not coming out for PC, which I think is a huge L. This legitimately makes me feel like I feel good having spent money on the game with a developer that speaks like that. I'll be honest with you. I agreed with every single one of his takes. I thought they were huge W. Huge W.